You want to build a bike, but you don't have unlimited funds. So let's put that money where it will do the most good. Welcome back, friends. Happy Monday. I hope you're all doing well. So right off the bat, what I'm going to talk about is someone who's building their first bike, or someone who's asked me to help them build a bike. Not somebody that's building their fifth bike. I think, you get a little more leeway when you're putting something together that you're not going to use all the time. I'm talking about a bike. This is going to be the primary bicycle, right? So how do we do it? Where do we start? Well, obviously, you got to start with the frame. Hopefully it's a quality manufacturer and it is going to suit the way that you are going to ride it or that you want to ride it, and it's got to be the right size. So the frame is the most important thing. I mean, that should be obvious. What's the second thing? Well, the second most important part of the bike are the wheels. So, we want to have a good quality hub, a good quality rim, and a rim that is sized appropriately for the size tires that you want to run. One of the reasons that I always recommended in the past that, people buy complete Surleys as opposed to trying to build them was the value that you got from those bikes, and the value primarily in the wheels, because the wheels almost always had Shimano hubs. So, I knew right off the bat, you've got a wheel set that's going to last you for a very long time, a hub that is more than likely never going to give you an issue, and even if you did crack a rim or bend one beyond repair, you could pull that hub out and have it rebuilt into a new wheel and be right back in business. So frame and wheels, those are the places where I'm going to recommend, that you spend the money. Then once you do that, then it's components. And I think the instinct, or not instinct, but what people I think want to do is they want a little bit of flash, right? They want a Chris King headset. They want a White Industries Crankset. They want a White Industries headset. Not what I would recommend. You're going to see the price of the bike go up quite dramatically when you do that. You can get a really good seal bearing headset that comes in colors between, say, $50 and $70. You're going to spend more than double that on Chris King or White Industries. Same with the crank and bottom bracket. A UN55 square taper bottom bracket is going to run you $40. You're going to get a lot of miles out of that, or should. The crank that I put on this bike is an inexpensive dimension crankset. It's the crankset that used to come on the long haul truckers. It'll take 3 chain rings, so you can set it up as a triple, you could set it up as a double, you could set it up as a wide low double, you could set it up as a wide low double with a chain guard, or you could set it up as a 1x, all depending on the width bottom bracket you use. So you've got all that figured out, and you found, I've got a little extra money to play with. Now can I have a Chris King headset? No. If you've got well, you could. If you've got a little extra money to play with, the first thing I would do is buy some better brakes. So this bike's got basic Shimano linear pull brakes. Nothing wrong with them. Bang for the buck, hard to beat. But if I've got extra money to play with, I'm doing mini motos. Paul mini motos. Quite possibly the nicest rim brake ever. I haven't used one that's better. Now, that's for this bike because the tire width works with that brake. If you're running building a bike that used wider tires, the Paul linear pull brake, same deal. That's really, this is not rocket surgery. You put the money where it's going to have the most effect. What's going to have a bigger impact on your day-to-day use of the bike? Is it the fancy headset, or is it a nicer set of pedals that are more comfortable and are going to potentially last longer? Is it a fancy headset, or is it a better saddle that fits you better? Or better tires? The tire has an enormous impact on how that bike rides. So, again, I think in the age of Instagram, people want to put flashy things on the bike to make them look good, and that's great. And those things that look good are generally very well made and very high quality. But when you've got a limited amount of money to spend, it's smarter to put it where it's really going to matter. And then a year or 2 years or 5 years down the road, then get your White Industries headset. Then get your fancy crank. Does that make sense? I hope it does. If you have any questions, obviously put them down in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you like the content and you haven't subscribed already, please do. And I hope something good happens to you today.